Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dog Island. In the last video, well, in the entire prologue that we just went through, or you just went through, this is actually being recorded a couple days afterwards, which we'll get into why that was a terrible mistake in a minute. But in the entire prologue, we just set up the story and what have you, involving, there being ghosts in this Dog Island house, which so happens to be the only free house in the entire thing. But, that's aside from the point. We're gonna ignore logic like that. So we're gonna have to sniff down the ghost, which is this. Which you can't really point to it, and it kind of degrades in quality. It degrades in the quantity of pixels that make up its polygon. Either way, this is where it is. It's next to a fireplace, which sort of has to do with the continuity in this game. The canon, if you will, but we're going to ignore it for now. And as a lot of people playing this blind would point out to you, this is a bizarrely paced scene, to say the very least. In the fact that there's really not any communication whatsoever for the first 35 seconds of it. Or give or take a few. So, we're gonna let the awkward silence ensue. Hope you enjoyed that. Alright, so this is Pimpeaux. There's a lot to explain with this character, especially considering that he's pretty much gonna, or she, or it. He is going to pretty much be your, guide throughout this entire game. He's gonna, nag you to go over to places that help you progress through the game. I don't think he ever directs you towards a non-required quest in this game. He might, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to look that up on some sort of Dog Island Wikipedia. Hey! I'm gonna actually try to read this entire thing because it's kind of plot-heavy-ish. This guy's gonna be with you for the rest of the entire game. This guy's gonna be with you for the entire rest of the game. I'm so awful at speaking sentences, especially while I'm recording. Don't tell me, you can see me? Yes, I can. As indicated by my orange exclamation point. I'm just gonna quit doing Let's Plays in general, because I really cannot talk for the life of me without a script. And even then, it's really the editing, more or less. Spoilers for those of you that have no clue how to make a review. It's kind of an editing voodoo thing that actually makes me talk in fluent sentences. Because I can't speak English. I'm throwing that out there. What? You can? You really can see me? Yes. As again, indicated by the orange exclamation point. Me, I'm Pimpeaux, which I always used to call him Pepsi when I was a kid. So, I'm just gonna call him whatever I want to, evidently. What's yours? Without the apostrophe, I guess. I'm Duke. That's the extent of how much Duke talks in this game. Duke, huh? You're one of those sniff masters I've heard about, right? Question mark? You're not? That's weird. End of story. Well, you just sniffed out and hidden. Well, you just sniffed out a hidden onk. These guys are called onks, by the way, as indicated by that sentence. That's not a trick that any old dog can pull off. Why, are you looking at me like that? Don't you know onks? Oh, how can you not know about onks? I don't know, maybe this is just a dog thing. I'm gonna have to ask my dog as soon as I bring her in, because I'm recording this in the afternoon hours. Oh boy, this is a sad day. A sad day indeed. Listen up, Sniffly. Ghosts are just made up. There is no such thing, okay? But we onks have been around for as long as you'd care to remember. Sick burn. Kudos to Pimpeaux. Yeah, at least as long as you dogs have been around, okay? It's just that you dogs have forgotten about us. Dogs don't accept our existence anymore. I don't know when that transition may or may not have occurred, but we're just gonna roll with it. Because it's a little too complex for you, maybe. Okay, just remember this. Ghosts and onks are two totally different things. Why are you here anyways? You explain the situation? Are you serious? We're really going through some tough times. Okay then, I'll help you out. Don't worry, we'll be fine. I don't know, it's, that kind of just sounds a little bit ominous, especially from a completely anonymous species of things that we've refuted about the existence of, evidently, for hundreds upon hundreds of years. So what's next? How about telling Noble that you found me? I'm paraphrasing because I involuntarily hit the A button throughout all these cutscenes. Just throwing that out there. You have to tell him, right? Tell him you solved this haunted house problem. Okay. And that's the cutscene. Okay, apparently you can't do that yet. Alright, exit. And now, I believe... No, not now. Okay, the pacing of this video is completely ruined. I'm gonna have to re-record the entire thing! I'm gonna have to go catch another red sea bream. Yes, I legit did that, like, twice. I really kind of want the commentary to not suck. Which it kind of did for my previous recording, and it kind of does here! But I'm not gonna re-record this entire thing, okay? I am over re-recording this entire thing. Because I've literally caught 5 red sea breams for the sake of this video. Hey, you have solved the problem? I don't believe in ghosts, of course, but it wasn't Ghost, was it? No. Happy face. Of course it wasn't! I knew it! I knew it! Now the princess can visit us safely. Question mark? Oh, all the questions that sentence brings. I do believe she shows up later on, but, like, she's never really that plot heavy. Like, at all. She's pretty much just, like, filler for the game, so, you know, just take it that way you may. Oh, never mind! Anyway, you may use the house as I promised. And you can use the furniture there, too! As in the bed, apparently. Resting is a thing in this game. That's just crazy. Hey, let's get out of here. Alright. I don't know why only we can talk to the Ankh, but no one else in the universe can evidently comprehend what they're saying, but we're gonna... I just remembered something I need to do. Help me find a bare patch of ground around here, will ya? Well, it's gotta be pretty big, open, and what have you. I remember the center of this village had a place like that, right? But yeah, it's never really explained why only we can understand what Ankhs are saying. It is later explained, kind of mediocrely, I might add, why only we can see them, but the hearing thing, we're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore it completely. Wait a sec! Okay, here looks good. So don't just stand there, lend me a hand, will ya? We don't have hands in this game. Hands aren't even really a thing. I can see why, considering that hands are completely tedious to animate via polygonal movement. This will become an Ankh tree. It's very rare. I brought it all the way from Ankhland to myself! Because that's a thing. I was asked to plant it in this world by the Queen herself in red font. Because that's cool. Luckily I remembered, ha ha ha! That's not funny, but whatever. Different tastes. We're gonna plant it. Anyway, that should do it. It is so exciting. Oh yeah, I can see it growing already. I guess it'll sprout for a while though. My queen told me this tree's no ordinary one. Each time someone says thank you to its owner, I don't know how this works. It takes that appreciation and uses its energy to grow. And when this guy grows tall, I can go back to the land of Ankhs! Okay, my work here is done. Okay, apparently it's done, so those last couple sentences just don't matter. We're gonna forget about them. And now and only now, after planting the Ankh tree, may we save. Because, literally, you cannot save between the pirate ship and here. I have no clue why. It's annoying, to say the least. But there's probably a reason for it. I can perform a save for you. Alright, yes, I would like to save. Come on. Save. Thank you. This is how saving works, pretty much. Actually, I already explained it. But, you know, you select your file that you want to save. And then you go, yes! And then, yeah, that's how it works. Alright, and I'm gonna overwrite this file as well, because I'm doing this on 2 different files, just for, like, I'll play through a part, like, pre-recording, And you know, like maybe take a couple notes as like things I'd like to point out. Because yes, that is actually helpful, scripting your Let's Play videos a little bit. I'm not saying you should do it constantly, but it definitely helps the video in the long run. Because, like, you know, you're just gonna be like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. I'm just gonna utter complete garbage and crap, and no one's ever gonna understand what I'm saying. Which is kind of my problem with the last recording that I made of this, is that I saved while on camera just constantly, and I only have one file. So that's why I started the game over from scratch a couple hours before recording this video. I learned the basics of sniffing. I'll get you to work on sniffing. But basically what Dr. Ponton is saying to us here is that we need to find a sniff mentor, so to speak. And this guy is obviously the perfect one! Considering he just strolled into town without being invited and just kind of snooped on us with his nose, evidently. And now his ear. Anyhow, because Dr. Ponton is hip like that. He's hip to the kitty's jives. You should get started by finding a master to train you in the basics of sniffing. Which this guy is your first mentor. Or sniff master, I guess. Mentor is too big of a word for little children's minds to comprehend, but I digress. And he goes away disappearing. And this is something that I kind of like to point out, is that for like 10 seconds straight, this is just complete silence. And then, yay! When the music finally decides to kick in, like, blah! Oh, whoops. It's like, yay, it's the original music that was like the first thing you heard beyond booting up the game, and also beyond like the 2.5-minute intro that was frankly the cutest thing ever. And there's the dog that was stalking us. Hello there, young one. I sense something from you. You wish to learn the art of sniffing, yes? I want to become a sniff master. I want to outmaster the master in the terms of sniff mastering. I guess. I surprised you, haven't I? I know. I can read you like a book. Or you can snoop on us, that's fine too. Because that's eavesdropping and you can't get arrested for that. But we're going to ignore it for now because there's really no authorities here. Actually, there's like a gang that, you know, like rapes dogs later on in this game. I wish. There's actually a gang later on that like throws tomatoes at people. That is actual canon in this game, as opposing to rape. Because this is an E-rated game. And, you know, I'm gonna stop with the rape train. Because, you know, Let's Players can become fairly infamous. I'm not pointing my fingers at anyone, but Let's Players can become fairly infamous for making a lot of jokes that are kind of insensitive. Anyways, what he's explaining here, I'm going to explain in a minute. So don't you fret your pretty little head none. So this is just kind of thing. Yeah, that's enough for today. No. Okay then. Your first task is to find Ring Fragment 1, which I've hidden in this stage. It smells something like this. Not really, these aren't really stages, they're just like... they're kind of just like areas that accumulate to make up the dog island, so to speak. And gotta say, the render distance is pretty dang good. Especially considering I'm used to playing in 64 games. I digress though. It's kinda spooky scary, but basically what he was teaching about is if you sneak up very slowly behind enemies, you can knock them out like that. It's pretty neat. And the longer you hold down the minus button, well, he's going to explain that a little bit later, but basically the longer you hold down the minus button is the more hardcore the bark is, and the longer it's going to knock your enemy out. I believe the ring fragment is right around here. Yes. And the range on that is extremely large, probably like one of the largest ranges any item in this game actually provides. Which, yeah, like, for like a yellow item like this, which yellow items are pretty much the non-mandatory items in this game, it has a pretty short range. I got a grapefruit. It has a pretty short range. Like, if I were like right around here, I probably would not be able to sniff out that particular grapefruit. Because there's a lot of them in this area, but there's only like one plot mandatory item as of now in this area. So that's sort of like, you know, level design 101 if you want to learn about it. And as you can tell, like the bar is going up tremendously more quickly as opposing to the blue one, which you could go like halfway across the level and absolutely jack scarf is gonna happen. Anyways, yeah, that's the barking mechanic in this game. Is that the longer you hold down the minus button next to something without them actually seeing you, is the longer they're gonna be stunned, unless they're not hostile like that sheep was, and they just kind of jump. Anyways, we're gonna go back to Yi Lu as he explains what I just explained to the audience, the people that are playing this for the first time. They kind of don't really know the mechanics very well. This is a sleeping entity in this game. Only hostile entities sleep in this game. And I believe there's like a little Easter egg where if you like circle your Wii, like, you know, cursor at the enemy, like you circle around it clockwise, I believe. Maybe it's counterclockwise, I don't think it really matters though. Then they will fall asleep. I think that only happens with a couple enemies in this game, but it definitely does happen. I've seen it in action! I've done it multiple times as well. Anyways, they're little emoticons. Yes, press minus. Yeah. Yay. Oh, this is real time as well, because as you can tell, there's like a day-night transition in this game, which I thought was pretty neat. They didn't really need to do that, but they did, and it makes it a little bit more polished. So I really do applaud them for doing something like that. It's IRL time, and now it's Twilight. Still a better love story than. Anyways, so yeah, he's pretty much just explaining what I explained. It is impossible to kill enemies in this game, though. You know, you can kind of imagine why. Anyways, now we're gonna go search for Ring Fragment 4, which you can only get by killing this snake. As you can tell, it's right next to it. But I can't, I can't kill something that's or knock out something. Defeat something that's already been knocked out. So I'm gonna reload the screen here for a second. I actually did this on my last recording as well, but this time it's actually to make a point. Last time I was like, what the heck? It was a stupid last recording. I actually still have it. I'm probably gonna delete it though. It's probably never gonna become public. You're just gonna have to wonder about it, to be honest. TBH. 4Ls. Anyways, now you actually gotta do some tactics. Or at least as close to the definition of the word tactics as this game will get. And, you know, you bark at it, and then it drops Ring Fragment 4. I don't know why it's not Ring Fragment 2, they kind of didn't go in order, but, you know, whatever. In fact, I think Ring Fragment 2 is the last one that you get. For a moment there, I thought I lost it for good, thanks to that snake. Ooh. Oh, it's nothing. Alright, well done. And you got a medicinal herb, which, as I already explained in, like, the first part, restores a bit of your life. So under the events that you were to lose it, which honestly, to be honest, I mean, I don't lose health. It's not like I did in the last recording. I was just gonna mention the last recording like constantly here, aren't I? I got a bone! Thank you. Anyways, so yeah, the last recording was poopy. Don't ever watch it. But yeah, basically, like, okay, I'm gonna take some voluntary damage here. That's what happens. Right, and then like the frowny face is when they're like targeting you, so you better get out of there, or else you know what's gonna happen. Anyways, further explaining the fish mechanics in this game. Pretty much every single area in this game has a completely new set of fish you can go after, and it's stupid. Like there were only 3 breeds of fish. Breeds? Yeah, why not? Breeds of fish that you could get on the boat. Oh, jeez! This is actually a fairly uncommon fish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you have to shake the remote all around the place, and then you'll eventually catch it. Good grief! Okay, so that was a black carp, 130 bloody centimeters. I know you're a bit jelly. And actually, I kind of want to test something out here. Because this is actually going into the ocean. Can you catch the Red Sea bream after the boat? I've never actually tested this out before, because frankly, I never, ever bother with fishing unless I'm going for... Okay, apparently not. unless I'm going for 100%, which is what I'm doing in this. It is so tedious, especially considering that catching fish is literally just RNG. It is literally, that is all it boils down to, is just RNG to its very greatest definition. Because, like, pretty much the only thing that's not RNG is you waggling the Wii remote. That's it. It's dumb, in my opinion. Alright, this is a treasure box. This is a very special box, apparently. The treasure box, basically you can dump out your items here, or withdraw them. It's basically like your bank. Yeah, why not? Yeah, just throw everything out, to be honest. TBH. 3 lel, that wasn't as funny. Anyways. Yes, and... yes. Under the event that you die, I think you lose your inventory, but that usually doesn't matter. Especially considering that this game's pretty dang easy. And I guess I'd like to take a rest. So there's that. And I think that's about as good of a time as any to end off the part. So, until next time, folks, I've been your host, Pimpeaux, and I will see you in another video on another day.